Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thank you so much for joining me here. Hope you're having a great day. Take a look at this, Bitcoin on its way back down. As per usual, this does happen when Trump starts tweeting a bunch and war efforts start to escalate over in Israel and Iran. So just know this is kind of par for the course and one of those situations where kind of just, all technical analysis kind of goes out the window when we have these kind of events. So what we're going to do here today, even though it's technical analysis related, is mostly just look at key level supports, maybe some areas of dollar cost average or places where you can DCA, of course, and just kind of understand what those things look like, because there's a good chance we might lose this support range and continue lower. And if so, we want to be kind of prepared for that. So let's take a look here at the liquidation here locally. Last 7 days, there's not a whole heck of a lot in the immediate zone, but 104 to 103, roughly 104 to 103,000 has somewhat of a heavier concentration there. So that could very well be the next stop for us. If we look at the macro perspective, we're kind of in the middle of the larger range. That doesn't tell us too much. When we look at liquidation delta, however, it's tapering off, but we're still bullish in a lot of ways. So, outside of the war stuff happening right now, if that starts to calm down and chill and relax, then we're just going to go right back up again. There's a lot more people taking longs than shorts at the moment, which is understandable considering just the strength in Bitcoin for the moment, right? So overall, that's kind of where we're at there. It's not great, it's not terrible, but it is what it is. Unfortunately, when these things happen, it's just it's pretty much ridiculous, but there's no other way around it. Okay, so the last 1 month, we can see 106.7, that's supposed to have worked as a support level. That is an area of accumulation. We have the most amount of buying pressure there locally. So just keep in mind, 106.7 could be a new resistance range for us. But at this point, none of that really matters as long as this stuff's continuing to happen. So we're probably going to just keep seeing a bit of a bleed out until, things calm down. And when things calm down, we're probably going to go right back up again. Okay. The reason why I feel that way is just because the daily time frame, the larger time frames, everything's looking pretty good on the macro perspective. We haven't lost the 50 or the 20-day simple moving average just yet. Obviously, depending on how today's candlestick closes will tell us a lot. But maintaining both the 50 and our macro point of control at roughly 104,000, that leads me to believe we're in pretty decent shape here still. But it's not to say that we can't still go down. It's just that there's some good signs here overall in the macro. Keep in mind that is shifting though. We're on the edge of potential continuation lower. So truth is, momentum standpoint here, the likelihood of going down is higher. But from a support range, from the 104 to 105, even as low as 103K, those are some areas of confluence. And I think it's too early to just kind of run for the hills. But once more, you never truly know about black swan events or these, significant fundamental catalysts. They're just kind of a crapshoot. So the best practice right now in the situation is to just not trade. That's really the easiest way to understand it. If you take a look over here, we did trade yesterday. We took some nice profits here on our Bitcoin long. That was a long from like 1068 to roughly 108.95. So, overall, we kind of snuck in there, got some profit, and the price pulled back immediately after. That does happen. But I'm sharing that with you so you understand that the market's still very bullish. It's just, as soon as Trump starts tweeting and we just get these, a lot of conjecture out there, it's going to cause these kind of ripples and some unnecessary selling off. But there's a lot of volume flowing into Bitcoin. Bitcoin dominance isn't shooting straight up here right now. Like, it's not a terrible situation outside of obviously the war, which is definitely terrible, but that's something separate. Wait, let's go ahead and take a look here. Let's just summarize here. 4-hour time frame, we've shifted bearish. Obviously, smaller time frames are going to indicate that. We've got a lot of divergences. And there's no real reason to take a long position, okay? Now, do I recommend taking a short? Not really, mainly because we have a decent amount of support here at the 104 to 103K range, right? The local bottom's there. Wait until that breaks before you consider a short. I know it seems crazy and you maybe want to try to get in early and you might get lucky, but that's pretty much what it is right now. It's a flip of a coin, not worth taking a trade. So just hang out on the sidelines. I'm going to send out an update to my community here shortly, letting everyone know that it's probably best just to kind of chill and relax, in case you didn't already know that, right? But if you're part of my community, you'll know that situations like these, you kind of just hang out on the sidelines and wait for the dust to settle, and then you trade. Albeit less opportunities, yes, but more consistency in that sense. And that's just kind of how we got to be right now. Cool. I hope that makes sense. I described that correctly. Thanks so much again for being an awesome part of my life. Make sure once more you do check out Bitunix, link down below for this. And obviously Twitter, Telegram, and Discord, I've got playout charts and pretty much everything available there for you. Okay. So hope you have a good rest of your day. Thanks so much for your time. Take care out there. Bye-bye.